This is an emergency transmission. Citizens of the world, please, make no mistake. The zombie apocalypse is near. Will you cower and hide, or join us and fight? We are Dezombified. So stay on point and watch your six.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Deadly nightshade and grotesque smiles. Our circle of horror honeys will make you bow. With every show and post, our fan base will grow. Come one, come all, and join the show. And with everyone's dissolution, we will cut the crown. We shall waltz around with me and Mina singing a song. And don't forget the ghost in the corner, Bathsheba. And sitting at the table of terror, we got Dim Saturday and Mary P. sitting around. Now don't be mistaken on who has the crown. Come one, come all to the show of ages. Their time is now. With every word a chill runs down, scarier than a shed full of tools, with people being fools, as if the moon was red and a vampiric masquerade was full of dread. The horror honeys are not to fret. They can bring a showstopper full of wonder, like a pirate's plunder. Every word captivating, it gotta make you ponder why it fills you with such fright. With all of the horror honeys waltzing through the night.
Yeah, plug it in. My ghoulies. My ghoulies. Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi. Give us a green heart if you can hear us.
Something.
Yes, please.
Give us a little something, something.
Love me.
Mary is still getting better.
no. Okay, I've gone too far. Sorry. I just. So, welcome to the Horror Honeyz. We're so happy that you could be with us today. We have an interesting show today. We're going to be touching on some very, very touchy subjects, I guess you could say. Kind of
touchy,
something that I've experienced.
Yeah.
It's touchy, like not like oh yeah, touchy, but it's like cringe touchy. Yeah, total cringe touchy. So let's get this going, huh? Okay, so who do we have with us? We have the delicious. I'm gonna bite you this time. You're not gonna bite me. I'm gonna bite you back. Dave Saturday.
Hello, my Deadites. How's everybody doing? And with me, waltzing together in the moonlight, we have the Mina, the undead ballerina.
And of course, as you heard, we have Bansheeba, our honey of 1,000 creepypastas. She cracked me up on purpose. We've also got a special guest with us today. We have Creepy Clown Girl.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome
Excited about this show, I have to say. I'm a little bit excited about this. And
We've asked her to join us because she has some experiences with what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about shadow people, stick shadow people, men, and demons. And yes, we know Dutch is dark.
Yes,
Sorry,
we do.
right? I saw that. I had to answer it.
And hello, Soul Taker and Cleaving Thought from Bone.
Hello, everyone.
Again, if you we do this every week, and I still haven't seen anything in the last month, but it's okay. It's okay. People are getting through this first part of the year. So yeah. I'm gonna do the don't touch anything, yeah. But even while you're not touching anything, remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get more people in here. Because you know how YouTube's algorithm works. We need the likes and the comments to get the algorithm to say, hey, people are watching this. And the sharing gets it out to other people, even though YouTube's notification system isn't always on spot.
No, it isn't, unfortunately.
So
YouTube's drunk.
Yep.
Drunk YouTube.
It's like a drunken, abusive stepfather.
Yeah, our hearts are going out to the people in Texas, and the what's going on with them. It's much worse there than it is here.
Lord Jesus.
I will say, I saw a meme yesterday that was perfect. It's like, okay, all you Midwesterners and Northerners, imagine having your normal winter without salt trucks, plows, snow shovels, or any kind of preparation, infrastructure, and personal for your winter. And imagine living under that.
And that's different from what other day? I'm sorry. I'm just saying things are disorganized out here. Just saying.
So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because people drive like idiots on snow. Be careful out there. If anything, this is my bit. This is Bansheeba's wisdom of the day. If you know how to drive in snow, don't assume other people that are driving around you do. Always be on the defensive.
Yeah, I'll always be paranoid when it comes to that. Assume that everybody's an idiot.
Yes.
It's better to do it that way. You'll know what to anticipate.
Right. Remember that, I guess my dad called it defensive driving, but you've got to be prepared for somebody who's going to do something that you don't expect them to do at all times.
Mm-hmm. I've been in an experience like that, and it was scary, and I thought I was going to die. I mean, legitimately, I thought I was going to die.
So, before we get into our topic today, because our question of the day is, have you been visited by shadow people, stick people, or demons? Hey, PA Nightmares. Before we get into that, though, let's see who is in the chat as PA Nightmares first comes in. Hi, Sabian. Sabian's been working hard the last 2 days, recording and putting together stuff. I've been watching.
I've been working on my vampire circles. Does it work?
I think so.
I
didn't get any sleep. I tried my best to give that appearance, because I'm natural like that and I like to keep it real.
Well,
dark circles under the eyes.
Well, vampires don't really get dark bags or circles underneath their eyes during the winter, but they really should during the summer because they have to work extra hard because there's not much nighttime out there.
Good point.
We have MD Who in entertainment, and I got a message from her in a group that I'm in, and she says, "That bitch is back," and I'm like, "You're not, though. You're not a bitch."
No,
we love you.
Although if somebody were to call you one, just say the word "arf." It works nicely.
Be proud. Be fucking proud to be a bitch. That's all I have to say.
We have a new.
Be proud.
That part.
We have a new listener, Zena Ray. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Zena.
Hope you enjoy it. We have Boney Platter. We have your ex, who is now your ex-husband.
Oh!
Yeah. That's always scary.
Yeah, really. We have realities in perspective.
Realities. Mwah!
We have Soul Taker.
Hello,
Writing
Soul Taker.
on the wall.
I just hit my funny bone. Oh, God, sorry.
We have Fabian, as I said before, and
a new guest, amateur animator. Hello.
Hey, amateur! You just put the end of your season 2. I just saw it. Just went up. PA Nightmares. I'm seeing if there's anybody else that is listed here. Yeah, and if I didn't name you, that's because I can't see you. Because you haven't said anything and you're lurking.
We love lurkers.
We love you, but please don't be season 3. Please don't be ashamed or scared to talk to us. We don't bite hard unless we're asked to.
Yeah. Don't bite much.
So, do we have a commercial?
Commercial? Do we? Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Your name is very cute. It's adorable.
She's been here before. She's really cool.
Cute.
Sabian.
Okay, so we're not doing a commercial right now, I guess. No,
Okay.
no,
I guess not.
No,
I guess not. So let's jump on in. Do we want to do the description, or do we just want to have
sure intro?
CCG kind of tell about her experience?
Yes, she is our guest. Therefore, she has to say and spill all the details.
We need a spooky background.
Wait, me first?
Total concentration.
Cue the music, please.
We're putting you on the spot, girl.
Oh, gee, thanks.
We love you.
Love you guys.
And we love you too. At least you're not having us
Just
ask
keep
you
talking.
questions.
Yeah.
What
We
kind
did
of
it.
toilet paper you wipe with your ass? That's what I want to know. Everybody needs to know
1,000
this.
sheets.
Okay, there you
Yes.
go. All right.
It's Scott. Or is it Walmart?
It's Walmart, great value, 1,000.
Yeah, considering in this day and age, we'll actually pay extra.
Well, Walmart's actually more expensive than
No, I am not
Scott,
promoting
which is
Walmart.
really-
No.
Sitting here doing needlepoint and watching the snow melt off my roof.
No.
MD, can I sit next to you and drink hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And also, when you're done with needlepoint, hey, post a picture of it on your Twitter. We'd like to see it.
Yeah. She and Dame are very crafty. I don't know if you've seen some of Dame's crafts.
She's my sister. She's my sister
Really?
from another mister. Come on.
They're really, really talented craft.
Yes, I wish I could crochet.
Thanks.
Can't. I can't.
Oh,
crochet.
I'll show you. If you're ever in person, I can show you.
I'm left-handed. You think that would be easy to just mirror, but it is not as easy as you
Okay,
think.
we are going to commercial.
Now we got the commercial. There we go.
Okay.
I was a little bit early.
We'll be right back. We're going to be right back with CCG and her story. Roll out commercial.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Creepy Clown Girl with Evil Outcast and our guest Space Oddity Kayla. As you, Dezombified has a merch store with these amazing cups. You can put almost anything in it that you want. A gerbil, a guinea pig, and maybe you could grow your own personal Venus flytrap. Just don't stick your finger in its mouth because you might lose it.
You can also put an alien in a mug. I've been hiding out in one of those lately. You know, whenever I need to take a break from the jar, I get into the mug. It's cozier.
What about you, Outcast?
Well, I will say this: if you plan on putting a Venus flytrap in your cup, and if it says "Feed me Seymour," throw it out and get another plant.
No, you keep that one.
Maybe a lily.
No. If it said feed me Seymour, I am putting that thing on a stage somewhere. I'm gonna get rich. I'll be the richest alien this side of the Milky Way.
So make sure you go to teespring.com/store/Dezombified to get your mug, your t-shirts, your whatever your heart desires, and the promo code will be posted in the chat, or will be.
I think one of the mods.
The links are in the chat for the Teespring. Go get your merch. Go get your merch.
Yep.
They also have t-shirts. So, and if you want, they can also custom design you your own mug. So if you want them to do that, drop them a DM with your design that you would like to have on your own cup.
Yes, and you too will get your own personalized cup for the Z-Horde, like this beautiful, beautifully designed Creepy Clown Girl Z-Horde cup, which Cece has her own, I believe.
Yes, I do. I'm drinking coffee out of it right now. I'm just like, can we move past this yet?
I can see Cece go. Wait a minute, I'm not talking. How is that going on?
I have my tarot deck ready in case want a reading at the end.
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
live. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Can you
Wow.
buy them
You're
from the
there.
Little Shop of Horrors? You know, I need to look into that, Mumuku, because that would be interesting if we could get Audrey Toots from the Little Shop of Horrors. I do know Heinrich has done some Audrey Toots lately, and they're really awesome. If you want to check out his Etsy, you remember?
Yes,
Josie!
Hendrik Honk. Hendrik Honk. Check him out on Etsy. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
He's amazing.
artificial intelligence. Jazzy. Kitty. Meow. Meow.
Roses are red. My friend's name is Rick because I am turned on because Rick is thick. Okay, amateur.
Okay, interesting.
What did he say?
Roses are red. My friend's name is Rick. I'm turned on because Shrek is thick.
Wow.
Oh, amateur.
Ooh,
Hi,
interesting.
ominous.
Find out when season 2 starts.
Hi, ominous.
Ominous. Oh.
All right, so we're gonna start out. I guess we're gonna give Cece a little bit of a break so that she can prepare what she's gonna talk about. We're gonna talk today about shadow people, stickmen, and we're gonna gloss over demons just a little bit.
Yes.
Shadow people. Banshiba, you want to give the descriptions associated with shadow people?
Oh shit! That means I have to actually look something up because I wrote it and I don't remember it.
Or if you want, I can do it. I can
Okay, you
describe
can
them
do
very
it.
well, especially from my own personal experiences here. Is that
Yes.
shadow people are actually the embodiment of negativity. Some are not, some are, friendly as you could be, but a great deal of them are quite violent. When you look at them, it's all like a big void, and where their silhouette should be. So you know that, and also some of them actually have red eyes, and not so attractive teeth. They can actually use a dentist.
I'm a shadow person. I just realized I'm a shadow person, people.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, they are, and they like to attack you at night, and also they like to haunt in different ways, and sometimes they actually talk and can interact and actually wreck your furniture, so they're not the best house guest.
We've got another one, MD Hugh. Roses are red, violets are blue. If he's busy on Valentine's Day, the side chick is you.
Oh, dude,
Ouch.
that's also savage. That's savage.
Amateur animator again. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'd give you my Minecraft diamonds because I love you.
Okay, so people who want stats, here's your stats. Okay, height is described with shadow people be anywhere from 2 feet to 8 feet tall.
Ow.
Large, irregular black mass, inhuman shape or humanoid, animal-like but not quite. Sound familiar? Blacker than pitch black. Imagine that in a pitch black room where you cannot see any light, and it's darker than that. How they do that, I don't know, but I've experienced it. I've seen it, and it's messed up. It's messed up.
Yes.
It's messed up. Okay, so their movements are fast, but don't fit our natural physiology. So what we feel, arms flailing, booga, booga, booga. No. They don't move like that. It is out of this world type of movement.
Yeah.
You will know what I'm talking about. For those who have experienced a shadow person, they do not move like what we conceive as movement. It is very...
it defies our laws of physics.
Okay. They give off bad vibes, dark intent, fear. People often describe feeling sick or drained. There's a reason for that. Because shadow people are known to feed off of your life force.
Right.
They have one intent, and that's what keeps them strong. And they will take your vitality and use it as their own. So keep that in mind. Do you really want this thing being around right now? No. Okay, so
especially when they attack you in the bedroom and not in a good way.
Oh God. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get to the demons here in a bit.
Ooh,
you know, speaking of, my succubus has not been by lately, and I'm really agitated about it. He doesn't call me anymore.
That's an incubus.
That's incubus.
Incubus. Sorry.
Not unless you're into that sort of thing, I don't care.
I will take whatever I can at this point in time. So succubus, incubus, y'all game. Just saying. Y'all game.
So I got MD Who here. Roses I read. Florists deliver. It's prohibited to dump bodies into the river. Ominous
I like
wants
that
to know what their charisma stat is because he wants to roll for seduction.
Oh, you don't
Ooh.
want them. They
No.
don't want to, no. You don't want to do for seduction, really. Seriously.
Let's keep that for the demons. Okay, the demons.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a little
there's
different
some that
because,
will. There's some that will.
yeah.
Sabian says roses are red. Some roads have trolls. Who would have thought corpses need birth control?
Amateur animator says roses are red. I have a gun. Get in the van.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
Okay, so sometimes they are described as human,
Mhm.
right?
I think, honestly, and this is where the debate comes up, because when people start talking about shadow people and whether or not they're good or bad, I think there's a fine line with that, and I think it's because there's a subcategory, to tell you the truth.
Yes.
I think that there are dark spirits that are humanoid or human origin that can bring them, they will appear because of, you know, whatever energy that is that they can be able to manifest. That's how they manifest themselves. They have an agenda. Shadow people are completely separate from that. They do not have a sense of, they are not human oriented. They are not originated from humans.
No, they're not. They're not. In fact, they're actually linked to the Jinn legend, being a smokeless fire.
Mm.
Shape
I
shifting properties.
Yes. 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 They can change shape. Like, well, I'm not going to go into my story. I'll try to save people from that story. I don't want to roll into it unless people want to hear it again. But there has been many different sizes and dimensions and whatnot that I have experienced myself, with very, very extremely big and tall, and very, very small and just right in your face. And
MB Who, 50 Shades of Darker.
exactly.
You know,
MD, she called it. She called it.
Hey, this is great fan fiction work here.
Mhm.
They sometimes they feed on your fear, not just your life force and or your other emotions.
Yes, and that can also get confused with a demonic.
Mhm.
Wow, I can't even talk. A demonic presence, because
Yeah.
they can do either. They will feed off of everything. So I think that's kind of the reason why we have a show topic with 3 different topics today, because these all have characteristics that are the same, but know that they are different and know how to deal with them.
Yes, Dezombified. There are different shapes and sizes.
Mhm.
Yep.
But we're trying to discern the difference between a shadow spirit and a shadow person.
Yes,
Yes.
because I think I took my stand. Sorry, there is a difference.
Hey, are you falling?
Although there are some instances where there are shadow dogs
Yeah, there are shadow animals.
or shadow
Yes.
cats.
And they can move
This is
through
true.
objects or physically move objects.
This is true too.
Yes. When I was
Yes.
little, I actually saw a shadow mouse. I'm not kidding. I've actually seen
Okay.
one that looked like a mouse.
Okay.
What I want to say about that, though, when it comes to animals, it's dealing with something that may have existed in a previous life. I'm more inclined to put them, unless somebody is mimicking them, which I guess that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
I would consider them to be like more of like a shadow spirit with some animals. Just putting it out there. That's just my opinion. So
I will say this: the ones that I've encountered,
Mhm.
they throw the biggest temper tantrums. I am serious. They do. They really do. Like if anything is out of place or anything like that, like I said before, they're not the best house guests right here. If you do anything slightly off kilter, or you do something that is actually happy and good for you, oh dear God, they throw a huge temper tantrum about it.
Amateur, wow.
Shadow people are repeat offenders. When you see it once, guarantee you will see it again. You will see it again. You will see it again. That is relevant. You'll see why. What do you think, Cece?
Yes.
And when they
Definitely.
physically harm people, it's not usually in a natural way. It's not.
No.
It's not something that's normally something you would expect.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're known to choke people, but they're not having that autoerotic asphyxiation. I have to say, no, they're intending to actually really try to kill you.
Shadow people? Okay,
Yes.
so that there are some simulations. Bathsheba, what the hell? No, similarities. That's what I was looking for, not simulation.
Yes.
Similarities between them and something that is demonic as well. So keep that in mind. And this is the reason why we're bringing this information and comparing them all, because they all do have similar properties. It's trying to decipher what they are in order to deal with them, to get them the hell out of your fucking house.
Yes.
I'm just saying, because I don't think you want any of these in your house at this point in time. We can agree on that. Okay. Let's see here. So, Stacey, do you want to share your story? Because your story it blew my mind when you told me it the other day when we were
Oh
talking on
yes, come on,
Discord.
please spill all the details.
Story
Because-
screen.
I hit 800 subscribers.
Congratulations! That's great news!
Thank you. Thank you to
That was
everyone.
Yay!
You're the bomb. You're the bomb.
There,
It's really
there.
awesome.
Bathsheba, can you see that? Can you see the screen right now? Please tell me.
Wait, where?
Congrats, Cece. That's wonderful. We're going to go
Thank
back to
you.
the story screen after the congratulations screen. Yeah, MD, and see, poltergeists are a little bit different as well. But you don't
Yes, they do.
generally see the poltergeists as a shadow. That's
No. That's a
No.
whole different thing.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist is German for noisy spirit.
yes.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that say that people that might have what is it? PK. What is it called? PK.
Psychokinesis.
There you go.
Psychokinesis, yeah.
Your emotional anything can actually spawn one of these poltergeists to be able to project your emotion
And some
and cause
people,
certain things to move and certain these things
and
to
some
happen.
people with psychokinesis also, especially when they don't know they have it, if their emotions run high, they can affect the physical world around them like a poltergeist, but it's not really a poltergeist doing anything. It's actually them. Think of Carrie.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not
I love
being
Carrie.
silly here. Think of Carrie. She was psychokinetic.
Yes.
So yes, that is, yeah.
Those are
Horror
very
stories with
interesting
the
points.
Baron. Yay!
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes,
Marion.
Hello.
You can have
haven't seen you in a long
psychokinesis.
while.
You can have psychokinetic fire. You can have a psychokinetic thunder or freezing. There are different forms of it as well.
Yes.
We're
Yes,
not
they are.
going into psychokinesis to.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic we can cover on another time.
Yeah. Okay, so Cece,
Yes.
Story time.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is something that happened. Oh,
They said they lost CC. You can't hear CC? Can you hear any of
Oh
us?
no.
Just a
Can you
second.
hear any of us?
I can hear her. I can hear it.
Yeah, we can
Fine.
hear her, but can
can
they?
you guys hear me?
I can. Can you guys hear us? Can't hear anything. Oh, did we lose it when we changed the screen?
Oh no, that's not good.
I have finally gone deaf.
Oh,
Got
it's
it.
back.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yikes.
Okay.
it's back. Continue.
Okay.
CC.
Continue, Cece. Or does she need to
So
start over?
I don't know.
I think you
Go
should
ahead and start
start
over.
over. Just
Just
be
start
safe.
over.
Just so that they make sure they can hear. Hi,
Okay.
Maskino.
Hi,
Hello.
Mastino!
We haven't heard you in a long time. How you been?
So, anyways, this happened in 2007, shortly after my mom passed away. And let me give a layout of the house. They had 3 doors: the living room, the kitchen, and the back door. But we always used the kitchen door. Well, this was shortly after my mom passed away. And as you leave the kitchen, you come into the living room. If you make a left, you go through another doorway and you're in the hall. Well, my mom's room was to the right, and to the straight across from hers was another room and then a door that went into a bathroom. But if you're standing in the doorway between the living room and the hall and look straight down, there's a room to the right, a room to the left, and the outside door. Well, this one night I got up and went to the kitchen. I don't remember what I was going to go get. And I came back through the living room, and as you're standing in the doorway between the living room and the hall and looking straight down, it looks like a cross. The way the hall and the rooms were set up. And I remember standing there, and my mom had this little shelf to the right. And I remember seeing the kids' grandpa's light, which was the last room on the left. And all of a sudden, it's just like everything, like the darkness started closing in on me. And I couldn't feel the ground beneath me. I couldn't feel anything. I wasn't afraid, and there were no sounds, and I couldn't even hear myself breathing. And it was just like being plucked off of the earth and put out into the black hole somewhere. Just everything. And I didn't hear whispering, like, but I could hear something. And I don't know how long I stood there, but I wasn't afraid. There was no fear. There was no love. There wasn't anything. I was voided of everything. And to this day, I don't know what it was. But when I finally got into the room, I guess sometime later, I ended up going to the doctor. And they told me from the tests that they did that it was possible that I had a slight stroke. And the doctor told me I died where I stood. So I don't know who or what it was that enveloped me that night, but I wouldn't say, I guess I can say if that's what that feels like, I'm not afraid anymore because there's just nothing. So that was my experience. And like I said,
Still
standing
spooks
where
me.
I was and looking down, it makes a cross. So,
That still spooks me to death. I mean, not
Wow.
making light of it, but
We have Ace of Hearts just came in and Sleeping Wendigo. Hello, guys. Thank you for coming in.
Hello.
That's messed up, Cece.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
can,
that's weird.
but I, you know,
What is that? I mean, is that what is that?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
don't
to
know.
That just
classify
makes
that.
you wonder.
Everything disappeared. Everything. Like I said, it was just like being plucked off Earth and put out into a black hole somewhere.
Yeah, they have that effect on people.
So it's just something I've never forgotten. And
Do you think that
even
they were?
talking about it doesn't bother me because I'm not afraid of it.
Okay, one thing that I mentioned when you told the story to me was, remember what she said about the cross in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I think that is pertinent to the story. I don't know why, but it pulls me to that. Something pertinent to it. I don't know what the message is. I don't know what or who would be showing, that message, but I think it's pertinent for something. I don't know what. Enlighten me. Please do.
Do you think that it could be that they were trying to protect you from what you were going through at the time? Because you said the doctor said that you actually may have had a stroke and you died for a little bit of time there, and that's always been something I've wondered about. Can they envelop you in such a way that you don't suffer the effects of what's going on to the point that you're protected from it?
I don't know.
Numbing you in a
it's
way.
Something or someone or a spirit or a shadow person. I think honestly, to be straight out with it, you think of death, you think of the Grim Reaper. Even in death, there's nothing. There's no Grim Reaper. To me, it's just a void. Death is death. And there's actually nothing to be afraid of. And if I would have to put a name to it, I would say it's death. It was death.
Wow.
I don't think that I'd be as calm as you in that situation. I'm just saying.
You handle it pretty well, I will say that.
Thank you.
I'd be panicking. I would be panicking. Kudos to you. Kudos to you on that.
Yeah, I'd be panicking too.
If it was death, I don't know what brought me back, but I would say if it was death, death is what brought me back.
Well, obviously, and it's my beliefs, it wasn't your time yet, but
yeah, it wasn't my time.
You're with us, and we love you, and we're happy you're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, some things don't work with the notifications, so yeah.
Yeah, it does that. Don't take personal.
But you're here, and we're happy
Yes.
you're here, and don't be afraid to join in the conversation.
Okay,
Okay, amateur, you have a great one, and we're going to be checking out that video and keeping our eyes on you.
And I'll be looking forward to season 2.
We're looking through your window.
Yes.
I'm watching you.
And I
Yes.
just think it wasn't, like you said, Mia, it wasn't my time, and I realized it was making a mistake, and it brought me back. And
I think Baron's got a point. I really do think he's got a point there. A psychogenic use as a defense against trauma. Our mind gives us those defenses, but I think this was something a little bit more.
Yes, I think it's something beyond our full comprehension. We can only fathom as humans, but we can only see hints.
I wasn't here in any form.
Yeah, you were totally enveloped
You
in
were
this
lifted.
void.
You were
Yeah.
lifted up and out of the situation that you were in at the time, and there was a reason for that. I'm
And the thing is,
fully-
we can surmise all we want, but I don't think we'll ever really know why. At least not in this life.
Mm-mm.
No.
This is just one of those things that's hard to wrap your mind around. It really is. It's difficult to wrap your mind around.
But fun to investigate, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never even tried to look up on the internet if anyone else has ever had that kind of experience, but
I wouldn't be
was just
surprised.
nothing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? It'd be interesting to know how many people have experienced something like that. You'd be surprised, actually. It's actually one of our topics, coming up with the stick man. The stick man. What the hell is that? Something my son experienced that told me, and I didn't know it was a thing for years until I looked it up, and I was like, wait, this is a thing? Other people have said the same thing. My son was like 2-3 years old. There's no way he was on the internet looking this shit up. Sorry, but no. So
Not happening.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. You really don't know.
Oh.
So, who do you want to tackle? Do you want to tackle a stick man now? Or
Well, let's
jump
go
straight to the
into
demons.
stickmen are tall, from like 5 foot to 8 foot or taller. They're very impossibly tall. Again, they're
Yes.
blacker than black pitch, phosphorus silhouette type. They are generally two-dimensional, where shadow men or people are generally one-dimensional.
Yeah, I was going to say they seem to be more one-dimensional. I don't remember seeing much anything, as
Yeah,
far as you can
Do you
substitute.
think that
but-
they could be one and the same kind of being? If you
No.
will, like they're distant cousins to one another?
They could
I don't
be
think so.
distant cousins.
I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure.
No, I think they're completely different because the
Ooh.
phosphorescent, because shadow people do not necessarily show off any type. They don't generate a light source. They do not necessarily generate a light source. Where stickmen, they do. They have a phosphorescent, like it reminds me of. When you're driving down the road and you're looking down in the distance on the highway on a hot summer day or something like that, and you look at the horizon and you see how the heat starts rising off of the asphalt.
Mhm.
That's what I put that phosphorescent whatever to it.
Wepa. Wepa. Hello, Nightmare.
Hello.
They fight each other in sweet flash animations. I think that would be fun to see, but stickmen
wonder.
generally have extremely long and skinny extremities, arms, legs, a round or circle-like head with no discernible facial features. Their movement is unnatural, but seems to be like in double time, a unique gated walk or gallop. Usually
That's weird.
accompanied, when you see them, you hear a static charge or a buzzing sound in the head of the witnesses, not necessarily in the environment around them, but in their head.
Mhm.
And a sense of foreboding just before it
Yes.
appears. They seem somewhat alien-like, almost like they don't really belong on this planet or in this
No,
dimension.
it's weird.
Correct.
It's very strange how they conduct themselves.
They are.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mama.
Mama.
They are often. We've been dealing, Loco. Loco, are you down in Texas? I just thought about that. I didn't remember if he's down in Texas with all this stuff. They act surprised when you can actually notice them, when they realize that you're actually able
So
to.
they're aware. in other words, they're aware of us, but we're not always aware of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
They try to be discreet as much as they can.
There's
Right,
not
so-
a lot of accounts of them harming someone.
No.
Very
So
few.
that,
So
yeah,
Very few.
your family is. How's your family? They had no power for 5 days. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
yikes.
Yeah, I
Sorry
know.
to hear that.
And Ace, I'm going to come back to you in just a second. I know that Timothy Duran was out of water for 4 days. And his, but they have water now, and they're doing good. Him and his dad and his mom and his sister made it through. They came up with ways to make it. And yeah, guys, as much as we hate to say it, these things that happen to us, like this storm, they're things that happen. We have to deal with them. We have to move forward with them. Okay, Ace of Hearts says 2 normal ghosts. One was when I was in the hospital in the second bed in my room behind the curtain, but I asked on my 3rd day, and the nurse opened the curtain and there was nobody there, and had not been since I was in there. Ace of Hearts in Texas, he still has power and water, but cousin and aunt temporarily moved in. Yeah, Mama says they can't get a hold of their family that's down there. And I'm showing 16 likes. How do we have this? I'm not
17.
complaining. I'm not complaining.
We actually have 17 now.
Yes, we just got another like. Yay.
Yay.
Not complaining about that at all. I'm just like I said, like, share, make sure people know that we're discussing things. But there's a definite difference between these stick people and these shadow people, that in the way they behave, the way that they're physically seen, the way they appear to us, the way they interact with us. The stick people don't seem to actually think that they can be interacted with it at times, from what I understand.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's very awkward.
That, I guess, I don't know. Okay, so that leads into my son's story, because it did interact with him. It did communicate, which is not something that I've heard a lot about. With his instance, he described this thing that had, this was when he was like, I want to say he was like 3 years old. So he has very distinctive description of it. He said it was very tall, very thin.
This is Gunny, right?
This is Gunny, yes.
Yeah.
So
I just want to make sure people understand that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, this is my son Gunny, yes. So when this thing came up, he said its head was up by the ceiling. That's pretty damn tall and thin. He said it was very, very thin. He said that its face, its head is round, but its face, it didn't necessarily have any type of distinguishable features, but he said it did look like that it had like eye sockets, and it had like a mouth hole, not predominant, but it would be where you would find normal features, I guess, if we were to put it on our terms of descriptions, but it had this phosphorescent glow, and he said it appeared by the closet. Yes, the closet that I am currently recording in. I had a shadow, a stick man standing outside of my door, underneath a dream catcher. Now, I don't know if this is relevant or not, but just goes along with the story. My son had said that he could hear in his mind this thing answering him, because he felt fear when he saw this thing. Obviously, I don't know who wouldn't feel fear from this. Okay. And it put this thought in his head. These don't work. And it literally pointed up to the dream catcher. These don't work. He says, these don't work. And it said also that your mother cannot help you. Your mother cannot help you.
Oh, hell no.
It tried to lunge to him, and he jumped out of bed. And that's when, because I was sitting out in the living room at the time, I was watching TV, and he was already asleep, that I thought. All I saw down the hallway was that door come flying open, and it slammed shut. And he just came out and just completely just stunned.
Or Gunny.
Wow.
And he curled up in fetal position down on the floor.
Oh,
Poor baby.
Oh,
poor
So-
baby.
This story is a description of this thing that he told me the best way he could at his age, trying to explain what had happened. Now, I don't know. Take it as you will. It's messed up. It's messed up. And the fact that it was trying to manipulate, I don't know if it was a manipulate or if it was just factual, because it doesn't fall under the same guidelines as far as spirits are concerned when it comes to dream catchers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it made it quite clear. And I'm more apt to listen and believe what my son said, because my son at that age, he called me mama. He still called me mama. Mother was not in his vocabulary. When he said, your mother can't help you now, that scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me. That was a direct, that was a direct warning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take kind to warning like that, So that's the reason why, this, like I said, this whole story, when I started looking at the description and stuff, and I came across it online, that other people have had similar experiences, to what this thing was.
It's scary.
It really is.
Yeah.
Our heart goes out to everybody that's having weather right now. You're seeing wind and rainstorms in Venezuela. Virginia's got a lot of rainstorms. They've also got cold temperatures. MD who? Oh my gosh, that's so good. Roses are red, violets are blue. Stickman is lonely, looking for you.
Oh, no,
Very
thank
much
you.
true. Hey, does anybody want to know how you can get rid of these kind of beings?
Can we get rid of both, or just is there a way to get rid of both, or just one?
Well, actually, from these shadow beings themselves, I know ways of how to get rid of them.
Now, I want to preface getting rid of them. Each one of these entities that you run into, and I'm not saying as a group, I'm saying as an individual, each one are different.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They do have their own distinct personality.
Yeah, they have their own distinct personalities, and in some cases, they have their own weaknesses and strengths. So, what might work?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. With
one
the stick
person,
man. Because they say they don't typically realize that they're. I mean, okay, so if this thing got caught being in a dimension and it was just trying to protect itself by saying something that would be a defensive type thing, because when it was gone, it was gone.
Yeah.
It didn't come back.
Well, that's another thing, difference between stickmen and shadow people is when it's gone, it's gone. But what works to get rid of one individual might not work to get rid of another. But you sometimes it's a trial and error type thing.
Yeah.
You try what works, and then you add to it if you need more. So, okay, I just wanted to preface that.
Should we, before Dame goes into getting rid of these things, should we cover the last one so we can cover them all?
Speaking of like what you were talking about, Benshida, with your son, my sister told me one time she had her grandson over, and I don't know if I'm saying the word right, but he went into the dining room and he just all of a sudden ran to her and started screaming "Kukui, Kukui," and she goes, "Where?" And he took her to the dining room and pointed to the corner of my nephew and his wife's dining room, and he kept repeating that over and over. I guess that word means ghost.
Wow.
So
That's the best way he knew how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
It-
I've
it was misleading.
like my sister and I, we have the front bedroom facing towards the house.
Mhm.
And I was laying there one night and I'm like, what the hell? And I could hear scratching on the window, and then I could hear like certain weird things in her closet. Just something about that house somewhere. And then they have this walk-in closet in their master bedroom where they stay. And she's like, will you come in here and help me hang up the clothes? I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks.
Oh God.
I have, but I don't like it in there. So
But okay,
when
so
the nephew did that.
Ace has a second ghost story. When another normal ghost was in my house near my old school. They look like a real person, like the stereotype Western bartender or butler, and every night asking about going on a night stroll. Hey, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you go on a night? Would you be willing to go on a nightly stroll with a ghost? Now,
Sounds like fun.
in my mind,
it-
the first
it
thing that comes
depends.
to my mind is fairies.
Yeah, they do that.
They try to. Do you think that they're just trying to get away or get you away from a certain area, that they might want you out somewhere where
Kind of like to tear you away from their territory. I could see that happening.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Steal you away.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was more thinking. Is are they trying to lure you away from other people so you have less likely chance of being saved if they have something else planned for you?
Right.
Mm.
My thingy went away.
It's a good thing I have trust issues. Trauma goodness point. I'm just saying.
Drama goodness, yeah.
Yes.
And the old man was the last one. The first one was like, he was like 10. The second one when he was 16. The other one was 18. No more ghosts since then. That's interesting that it would those particular times in your life. I would wonder what else was going on at that time, just out of curiosity. You don't have to divulge that, but there's other things that go on, I think, in our lives that make us susceptible to the influence of the spirits and of the adversary side as well. And when these adversarial beings come after us, the demons, the evil spirits and so forth, they can tell that we're weak in some way.
Yeah.
And they
will.
They're
They'll
trying to
target
take
you.
advantage of that. And at other times, I think that the other side also tries to build us up at the same time. So you could have both of them coming to you at the same time, one trying to take advantage of your weakness, the other trying to help you get over your weakness. And it's sort of a battle around you, trying to make sure that you're safe or take you away. So you want to go into demons? Who's going to do demons?
Yeah, I think we need to touch on that because that one is a big one. Just the way some of these other spirits operate, they can be similar, and because of the foreboding or that fear that you get, but they are different.
Yeah.
They are very much different.
Unfortunately, they have a different thing in mind. Whenever a demon does visit you, it's for a very good reason when they do that, because what they usually do is that they go after somebody specific.
See, that's what I was asking, Ace. Were there you were sick in the hospital when the first one came to you, and you were having family problems. Commercial time.
Yeah. All right.
And we are going to glass over demons because we're not going to get too involved in them this week.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll continue that next week. Let's roll commercial.
Yeah. Even if you don't like coffee, even if you hate coffee, you can still get a mug. Maybe you have a little hamster friend who might want to just take a nap in it. You could put your toothbrush or your toothpaste in it. You could put a Venus flytrap in it. You like smoking cigars? You could put about 10 cigars in a cup. You can eat freaking ramen out of there, a cup of noodles, freaking Chef Boyardee's. You can have vodka. You can have Irish coffee. You can have anything you want out of that cup. So don't forget, check out our Teespring store. And just hit us up with a private message on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, or even on Discord saying, I want a custom one made. I made one like that for Creepy Clown Girls. You can see in pink at the bottom, it has a Venus flytrap planted inside of it because, hey, you could do anything with a mug. You could even knock somebody out if you needed to. Might save your life. My life was saved because I have bought a Dezombified mug. Thank you, Dezombified. So do it already. Do it already. You could put an alien in the jar and in a cup.
Oh my God.
And we got other videos. Look right there to the left. It's a bunch of videos. You can watch videos for days. You could be up for like 4 days in a row. Yo, I binged on the Zombified's videos. They got 4 days of shit. My eyes are bleeding. Thank you, the Zombified.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
And then you put some freaking coffee in one of these mugs and wake the hell up. Yo, think about it. You cooking in the kitchen. You chopping up some lettuce. By mistake, you chop off your finger. You could put some ice in that cup, put your finger in that cup, and go to the ER and get that finger put back on.
Send us a picture,
be like,
though.
Thank you, the Zombified. You saved my finger. Oh, this is a thumb. My finger. Wait, no, this is a pinky. My finger. But not the middle one.
It's gone. It's
not
gone.
The middle one.
Yes, we do not advocate mug-to-mug violence.
No. I need to smash it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay.
You know. Okay.
My mug.
And that is really interesting to me, Mimuku. I'm sorry. She said that when the day she was born at home, and when she arrived, a crow came into the garden and kind of adopted her. One night there was a huge lightning storm, and she woke up in her cot crying.
Wow.
But that type of thing, I used to ask people, they said, well, I'm a night owl. And I said, okay, what time were you born? And I had this little theory that if you're born at night, you're more of a night owl, but it doesn't really fit for everybody. So I gave up on that.
7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. And I probably consider myself more of a night owl than anything.
I was born at 1:45 a.m. and yeah.
I was a morning baby too. I was born at actually 8:45 in the morning. Odd.
So it doesn't really follow. But it took me years to get enough people to answer that I could say, it doesn't follow. So yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
Demons.
Yes.
you
Oh,
guys
those
can't
spooky
see me
creatures.
pointing at you.
Don't point at me.
MD, who I was born with no
Point
concept
at me
of
more
time.
and I'll bite it off.
Can you bite my neck?
Sure.
Oh, remember everybody, don't forget to like and share out and all that good stuff. And we will be back next week. We're going to continue and go more into depth on demons, but right now we just wanted to gloss over them a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Give you a nice little preparation about what they are and all, and a lot of them get confused.
Mm-hmm.
The shower beings and things of that nature, and shower
They're not
beings
the
are really
same.
just out to hurt you, but demons actually have a different purpose in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when they show up, it's for a very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually small, but they can be larger. They can be any shape, any form, any
species, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
They can be black to invisible.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can even be light.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can't be seen, but they can be felt. There's an extreme fear with their presence. I've heard some people say that you can smell sulfur or phosphorus
Yes.
when you're in their presence, or both. Some people say you can smell both.
Mm-hmm.
They
All I know
can.
is it stinks. It stinks.
Yes.
You smell something stinky, you got something going on.
Although some of them are not. It varies.
They can possess somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yes, they
can
can.
physically harm you.
Yes,
They can attach themselves to you. They can audibly communicate with you either in your environment, which means you would hear them with your ears, or inside your mind. And they know what you're thinking because they hear your thoughts.
Oh yeah, they're very telepathic, and they pick up on emotions and very observant.
They'll
put
very
thoughts in your head. They
Yeah.
can put thoughts in your head.
Yes, they can.
So
They can
dangerous.
speak any language.
Mhm.
They're very intelligent. They focus on stealing your life force, and they can kill you
Mhm.
Yeah.
if that is their goal.
Yes. If that's their goal. Yes. Correct.
Yes.
They are dangerous. They can be deceptive. They have been known to mimic children and have been described as spider-like. Now, I want to say something right there. Not all child spirits or entities are demons.
Demons.
No,
But
they're
not.
not.
Yes. Correct.
And they
Exactly.
will, if you believe in something, say you believe in Charlie, they can take that form just to
Just
use
to mess
you.
with you. They're that savage.
That's just
Um,
it. They can manipulate that. So, I mean, not all child spirits are demons, but not all demons aren't going to, you know what I
No.
mean? They're going to use whatever they can to be able to get acceptance by you. If they can show themselves as a child to you, you're more apt to accept a child spirit than you would a demon, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And see, that's what I think is so dangerous about Ouija boards.
Mhm.
Because if one of these demons is using the Ouija board, they can say, yes, I'm grandma. And you say, well, this is a question that nobody but grandma would know. But they're in your head. They can tell what the answer is going to be. So how do you get through that?
Mhm.
They have ill intent. They aren't there to help you.
No.
They're not there to be nice.
Well, some are, some are not, but really their main purpose is that whenever a demon does show up, they are out to punish. That's their main goal. That's what they want to mainly do, is punish So it makes you think on your own personal life on how and why they showed up.
Yes,
Right.
they can suck your life form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
And
they're
they
not
can-
actually out to like really be villains or anything. They're just the punishers of
They
the supernatural
are
world.
they are known to physically attack, mentally attack,
Yes.
trigger. I'm not going to use that word.
Yeah.
Rape, degrade.
did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm
Yes.
going to degrade.
I'm not going to use
humans.
that word. Yeah, don't go into it.
That bully in your own mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we do that. This is what's so hard about it, is because we do some of this to ourselves. We'll sit there and we'll I'm really having a bad day. I know, am I really worth being here and doing this? And that type of thing. We can do that to ourselves. So it's hard to tell when we're being influenced by somebody else to do this.
Mhm. And they can do that. They can and have been known to do that.
But I have actually had demon encounters before, and the ones I've talked to are actually can be nice at times. But they said that they have their own rules and terms of society that they follow.
Right.
But are a
And-
majority of demons our own? What if the majority of demons are our own? In other words, we think of a demon, they have horns, smelly breath, whatever your concept of a demon is. But what if there are actually no demons except us? What if we are our own demons?
I think we do in
we
some way.
manifest them so much in negativity that it projects into other people's lives in either a negative, and it could even be projected into someone else's life in a positive way.
That
Can
could
we
be possible
create our own demon?
Here
Yes.
we go.
Yeah.
Help us.
To bring it into existence?
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
whole that's a whole different being.
Animal.
But I've actually talked to real demons in the astral realm when I've actually dreamed before, and they can actually be nice to certain people and like clear up misconceptions and things of that nature, but they're very picky about who they talk to. And
See, that's where I draw the line, just because of my own personal, and I know we have different opinions on that, and I don't fully understand it, but just knowing from my own personal run-ins, it's never been anything positive,
No,
So,
no, not necessarily, but what they do is that they like to punish people that they are assigned to, and also they like to prevent certain things from happening as well. So they have their own affairs and their own agenda and why they do the things they do.
Right.
And they say that whenever we show up, there's a very good reason you're being bad, and we don't like it. But here's another fun little factoid I'm going to push in here, just real quick, is that they do not like Satanism of today. They actually find it very insulting.
Yeah,
I find this interesting. Listen up.
They do not at all like Satanism whatsoever and what it produces. Like for the ones who are just living your life like on the left-hand path kind of thing, those kind of people who are harmless a bit, they don't really bother too much about that, but they don't like what it promotes because it promotes sinful behavior. And that's something that they are out to punish. In fact, they actually find these Satanists as easy targets for them to punish and torment and that sort of thing.
Yes. If you're feeling depressed, please, there's a number in the chat right now that you need to call and get some help. Or call a friend. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, call a friend. However you can, call a friend. But what we're pointing out here today is the difference between demons and the shadow people and stick men.
Yes.
There's there's a definite difference in what they do
Mhm.
and what the way they
Yes.
behave and what they can do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is a lot of similarities. They can be confused, and it's hard to tell the difference. We know this.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. I've actually
Because they can
talked
be very
to
negative.
them about. I've actually talked to people like these demons about shadow people. I've actually talked to them about it, and they find them extremely annoying. Believe it or not, they do not like shadow people whatsoever.
That would be
really
that's
hate
weird.
it. They
Why
they
would that
really
be?
don't like it. They don't
Why?
like it at all because it interferes with their agenda.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, and also MD yes, they do haunt those so-called quote unquote Christian kind of people or anybody who's really religious. They have their own ways of tormenting them, even when it's indirectly.
Mhm.
They do not like those kind of people either. In fact, they
Hypocrite.
actually complain really hate those kind of people. But anyway, I was going back to it that demons are actually very annoyed by these shadow people because shadow people like to take on the form of these demons and confuse them like they are the true villains. They're out to harden people and everything. But no, demons just punish and help regulate things, and that's how they do it. And the way to make these demons leave you alone is if you actually repent and change your life in any way. And when you do that, they'll leave. It's really
That
that
does make
simple.
sense. It does. I've heard it explained in a different way, but when it comes down to it, it really does make sense because
and true
you're
repentance.
letting go of that. You're letting go of that so-called, like Cece was just saying, you're letting go of your demon. You're
And
acknowledging and taking control of that and changing it.
Yeah,
And it's just like
I said, true repentance, not repentance where you're giving it lip service,
lip service,
but
yeah.
where you're
Yeah.
actually saying, "I'm sorry." You've made amends. You've if there was somebody that was affected that you needed to take care of, you take care of discussing it with them, and then you don't do it again. You don't do it again. It's not something that I've repented and now I can go do it again. No, that's not the way it works.
No. It
For
will
as
come
long
back
as
if you do
there
it
is
again.
evil and negative, for as long as there is negativity and evil in the world, the damned will always be fed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do have to experience the good and the bad. We do, because otherwise we wouldn't know the difference. You have to know happiness and sadness to know which is which. But that doesn't mean we have to go searching for it.
Yes.
Don't go looking for a fight.
I mean,
oh, Lord. Don't
it's
get me
one of the
started on
things
that.
we were talking about how creepypastas, a lot of them start out with rituals. We know those rituals are not real. 95%. Well, yeah. And I love the fact
not, but when you say that, does not open your mind to something possibly getting foothold in, though. If you are in the mind frame that something is picking up on that, you're making yourself vulnerable.
Yes.
And that right there, vulnerability is that's like a big red flag, and I can see them jumping in on that. Just saying.
Another thing, Dezombified, if you need if you have, I don't know who uses lard anymore, but I saw a thing where they used a Crisco and they used a thing of great value lard. You can put, if you have candle wicks, you can put those in there and they will burn for days.
That makes sense, because that's basically what they made. That's the way you made candles in the first place, was out of animal fat.
Thank you, MD Who. Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble.
Thank you.
And yes, mutant and artificial intelligence, we love you being here. So I'm glad you beat those demons.
Congratulations.
Hmm.
Yes.
But
It's a victory.
with the shadow people, the stick people, they can be described as demonic, but they're not necessarily demonic.
Truly demonic. They might have that. That's why we're getting the information, looking at the three. And, okay. My best bet, this is Bansheeba's psyche. Okay. Something you come in contact with one of these things, the first thing you want to address is obviously it's negative. You're coming off as negative. You're going to try to rebuke that. You want that right off the bat. Assuming something is a demon, go for it. Get the worst one out of the way. If it doesn't work, you're not dealing with a demon. You're dealing with something else. This is why we're giving you the information. If that makes sense to people. Yeah? No? Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Be safe, amateur animator.
But the demon only has its power, and it's the amount of a demon only has its power based on the amount that you give and allow it to have.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with all of these. Is if you're gonna give them that foothold over you, that has a lot to do with how much they're going to be there. I don't
but
think.
Also, it depends on how old they are too. You have to take that into account.
Very true.
And whether you use sage sticks or whether you're using incense or whether you're using prayers, whatever you're using to get rid of them, it's going to have a lot about your belief in that method as well.
It is basically taking control over the situation and your adversary, per se.
Yeah.
Being able to
So if you change your ways and such, doing something to repent for your past offenses that they seemed pretty bad. Like I said, they usually target somebody for a reason. So usually when you do something to make up for what you've done, or you change something in your lifestyle, that guarantee they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, Ace. Ace says, why is seeing shadow people for me like the equivalent of seeing a roach on the wall? It's
because it's not supposed to be there. That's why. It's an invasion of your privacy. It's an invasion of your space. They're not supposed to be there, and when they show up, that's the reason why we get repulsed. Same way with certain bugs, roaches, whatever. Same with shadow people. They're not supposed to be there. They shouldn't be there.
No.
Sleeping Wendigo, we do see you.
Well, it's like a little quote I wrote the other day. It goes, our biggest lessons in life are taught by our mistakes. Our biggest lessons in life are taught by our mistakes, but it's only when we learn from those mistakes that they become the biggest lessons in our life. They become the biggest lessons learned in our lives.
Right. And I think everybody, no power for cooking. We've got you covered. Make tuna, soda, or coffee can on your stovetop. All you need is matches and fuel. Alcohol burns pretty clean, and it does.
Yes, it does, actually. It smells weird, but it does burn clean.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
like what Seraphine said, because they lost power, and he said that he went and found some old blankets and went to the largest closet in his house. They went in there and he blocked the door with a mattress, and by candlelight they sat there and read old stories and talked about how it would have been and what it would have been like to live back in the pioneer days. And
that's really fun.
Have a lot of
Hey, Bugs.
Yeah.
Hey, Bugs.
Hello.
Oh, have you guys seen his new video?
Oh, wow. No.
I have to see the new one. I saw some of the ones before it, but You just posted something new. If you haven't seen it, go check it
Ooh.
out.
Yeah, go
Ooh,
check it out
that's
because we were talking about it earlier because I saw the announcement. I was going to go click on it, and we were talking, and that Ace of Hearts. I threw it I threw my sandal at one when my little cousin was sleeping over, and she woke me up screaming, and then pointed at the shadow. I literally just throw things at shadow people. Well, if that works,
Well,
I
I
hate-
do know thing about shadow people is that, again, like if you change your ways and such, sure, yes, it will be annoying to them, but also another thing they do not like is that they don't like anything that's happy. So you don't have to do anything religious per se, but they don't like anything that's happy, like anything that's
or positive,
funny, or positive in any way. They do not like it at all. They absolutely hate it. It drives them nuts, especially if you sing a happy song. Oh, ow, ow, ow! That's like nails to a chalkboard to them. It really is. That drives them nuts, and especially if you keep your house clean every day. Not just saging, but actually physically clean the house. If you do that, they do not want to stay anymore. It drives them nuts. Or if you
Fire
rearrange the
can't burn
furniture a
without
certain way,
fuel.
they do not like that either.
What is that, CC?
I said a fire can't burn without fuel, so don't give it fuel.
Yeah, exactly. So if you knew how to do that, you can dismantle their power in that way. So the more you do these certain changes in your life, but also be happier and have a cleaner house, they cannot stand it. That drives them nuts.
Damn, Banshiba, you're beautiful. Sorry, had to throw
Aww.
Aww.
Oh, you're so
So
kind.
sweet.
Thank
Throwing
you.
some sunshine.
those eyes. I have a thing for eyes, and those eyes.
Oh, and he says,
Sing
and
Where
now I'm
You Go?
going to sing You Are My Sunshine all the time at home because I'm a troll. Go for it. Let's see what happens.
Sleeping Wendigo. That's a good way to be.
Fear the Great White.
There's fear.
Yay.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh my God, Ren and Stimpy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy.
Oh,
joy,
God, then that
happy,
would drive them
joy,
nuts.
joy, happy, happy,
Oh,
joy,
you'll
That'll
get
drive-
them running.
that'll
You'll make
drive
them
me
run.
nuts.
happy, 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 happy.
Die.
That'll drive me nuts. I'm out the door. Bye.
You know, I've had my experience with shadow people. I don't like them. I've never had a good experience, and I know there's people out there that will say, "Well, they're not all bad." Well, okay, you're not dealing with actual shadow people. This is where the dark spirits coming in. You know, the shadow spirits.
Yes.
It's just
Well,
physicality for them.
I can also say for anyone, and I hope you never experience what I experienced, but if you ever do, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid.
Yeah.
God, yes, that is a difficult one right there. Because the ones that I experienced, I had 2 of them come at me at once, and it was a whole week of hell, literally hell. And I've told the story before. I was trying to like save you guys because I know you heard it like about 1 billion times already. But
But of course, it's hard to be afraid of something if you can't feel in the void, anyways.
true, they came at a very vulnerable time. And I knew that if I were to acknowledge them, I would be feeding into them. So I tried to ignore them. That didn't work. It did not work. Because each night they got stronger and were able to do more. And when you have, you know, when you're laying in your bed, when you are the most vulnerable state of mind.
Yes.
And you have this massive 8-foot blob shadow at the foot of your bed, and it can physically ram the bed to send the bed hit the wall. This shit means business. It means business. What is this business? I don't know, but it don't need to be doing that.
Yeah,
My fear was still there. I had to address them in order to get rid of them.
Right.
The little one was creepy as hell because that one was the one that always showed up on the side of my bed. It was always the little one first, and it would be just like right here, like literally right here, standing right here. This black mass standing right in my face. I open my eyes and it's just right there. The moment I open my eyes and acknowledge it, it went up the wall backwards up into the ceiling in the corner. Every single night.
I saw that in my head.
It was not human the way it did it. That's not physically possible. What the fuck?
And sleeping Wendigo, yeah, ghosts are generally a completely different entity.
No, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing.
It is.
Bogs? No, I don't.
I can see. What box
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know where he-
Ace of Hearts. Yes, they nailed it. Shadow people, you know, they ain't got shit until they start doing yoga at you, and that's pretty much what it is. Because some of the shit that they were doing, it's just like, no, what the.
I don't know why Boggs has
It's
suddenly
not
thought
normal.
that I've got all sorts of bondage stuff, and I don't know where he gets that.
But the only thing that a shadow person is to me, their food.
Yes, that's interesting. I think that's very
Because
interesting
since
that you mentioned that.
like everybody knows that I'm a symbiotic psychic vampire, I only feed off of negative things. They are a walking ball of entity. So think about it. They're
Golden
my food.
Corral, bitch. Golden Corral. That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, they're my food.
Okay.
And they don't like it, so I'm actually a predator to them.
Oh, we've only got about 10 minutes left, so. But don't worry, we're going to continue this a little bit next week. We're going to deep dive into demons. That didn't sound right at all.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get right up in there. We're getting right up in there.
Although
Demons
the
beware.
incubi and succubi would actually appreciate it.
Call me, dude. Why don't you call me anymore? You don't call me anymore.
What the
and suddenly I'm hearing that voice from the video that just put out yesterday. Oh my gosh, guys. We're also going to get into, because it goes with demons, we're going to go a little bit into sleep paralysis next week. As well.
Story time.
Yeah, story time. But we are going to go in that. We wanted to just gloss over demons this week because they do get mistaken for shadow people, and I understand some people didn't know what stick people were, but I didn't really know what they were either. There are some, and I guess I could put these up. Maybe. Some videos that Bathsheba found on shadow people and stick people. Some of them were in the what do they call the I'm having trouble with that word. It starts with an S. Hold on. The Superstition Mountains.
Oh, Superstition Mountains. Yeah.
Happen to
That's
be
an
in our
old
neighborhood.
place. That's
me
not
tell
a
you
place to just see a random one.
Mountains.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
my thing is that I didn't even until I actually saw the thing on them. I had never that Paranormal Files did. I never even knew about them really.
Well, I remember as a child, my mom and my other brothers and sisters, forget who, I might have been my daddy, I don't remember. We had gone to the Superstitious Mountains, and I wanted to go hiking in them, and that is until nighttime came. And it's true what they say about the Superstitious Mountains. If you're caught in them when it goes dark, you get turned around and lost. I wasn't in them, but we were in like the little campground. And I remember even as a child, I was looking into the superstitious mountains, and I watched as the sun went down, and I seen shadows. Which kind of freaked me out. And
Yeah, I've
as a
seen those
child,
too.
it should have been, like, oh, they're just shadows. No, I had an uncomfortable and uneasy feeling about not only what I was seeing, but about the mountain. And
the guy that you'll see him in a couple of these videos with other people. He was the guide for Colin and his dad. He said he won't go into the superstition mountains at night alone at all. He will not do it.
I don't think anyone should. No one should.
I don't either.
Don't go there alone. Don't
No.
go there alone. Don't care if you've been like a dare. Don't do it.
Don't
Be
do it.
smart.
No. Stay away from them.
Be smart. Be
Now,
smart.
and Sheba's going to have some, as usual, some TikToks coming up. She's working on going live, guys, on TikTok.
Yeah. Trying to. Yeah. Hey.
She's been putting some of her TikToks up on YouTube, so you can keep an eye on her there too. Dame and Mary are getting better.
Yes, I have been. I'm in the last stages of it, so don't worry, folks. I will be up and performing soon. I promise.
I had 2 videos come out this week. The last one was the Valentine's Day story.
Oh, that was amazing.
I still can't believe she wrote that in 5 minutes. And then she says, I'm not that good a writer. I'm like, beautiful
Okay,
nightmare. I'll kick your butt. I do have a channel trailer update recorded. I need to put the video together. Oh my goodness, Ace. And I'm working on a channel go video. It'll probably be out this week as well. Dezombified has the writer's block party coming up next. We have 13 past midnight. Steve Stockton is going to be here to talk to us. 13 past midnight. We had fun doing that before the show. We kept whispering his name. Tube Talk will be tomorrow. And CCG, you're here.
Yes.
Who's our guest?
Tomorrow, our narrators of the week will be Mr. Bird and Possessed Horror. And I will make the announcement tomorrow of the newbie narrator of the week, who was suggested by Silver Threads.
Ooh. Also, check out Dezombified.com for everything that's over there and merch stuff and information on this, on what's going on online. MD, who just put out a video? Yay.
She's back.
Yes, she's back. She's back. Again, if you're a cosplayer, an artist, and you want to share your stuff, we all scream.horrorhoneyz@gmail.com. Thank you to Zomnified. Thank you to the Z Horde. Thank you to everybody who is here. Whether you're a lurker or not, we thank you, and we thank you for joining us. Please come next week. We will be here again.
Yes.
Thank you,
Bittersweet
ladies,
dreams.
for having me on today.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
for coming
for
on
coming.
and sharing your story. That is a phenomenal
Loved
story.
it. Be safe, everybody.
That was
Have a
good.
wonderful week and bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams.
Remember, stay frightened.